What's going on, guys? Dylbobz here, and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Now today, this is a video where we're going to be talking about more, it's another car video. So basically, recently, about a month ago now, I made a video called Cheap Cars That Make You Look Rich in Rocket League, and a lot of people requested more, they wanted more ways, and in that video I feel like I used anodized too much, and using anodized paint finish by saying, oh, it's really cheap and you can make your car look really rich by that, and I just use that for most of them. So in this video I thought a bit harder and thought a bit about some of the newer items that are cheap as well, and basically we're bringing a part 2 to the cheap items that make you look rich in Rocket League. It's going to be good, and there's no theme around this one, it's just pretty much awesome. There's no like titanium white or crimson theme, but they're pretty good, and hopefully we can jump into it. I'm going to try a new style, so hopefully you like the style that I'm going to do. You'll see it obviously in editing, but anyway guys, let's just jump straight into it with the first car. And with this one, there's an orange team version and a blue team version, so you can have both versions for pretty cheap, and then basically no matter what team you're on, your car's going to look good. So as you can see right now, this is the car, and you might be looking at the decal and thinking, that's Octane Kilowatt, right? And yet it's Octane Kilowatt with quite a cool pattern, which basically hides the skull and makes it look a lot more simplistic with this design. And I'm going to get onto it and how you can make it look like this. Right, so for this car, you're going to need orange nipple wheels for 1 key, Octane Kilowatt, which goes for 0.5 keys, and then orange tachyon for 2 keys. Now, the total of this is 3.5 keys, and it's actually really simplistic and really cool. Now, let me jump into it and show you what the boost looks like with orange tachyon. As you can see, it looks pretty nice as a car. I do honestly like this one. I think this is a really nice design. The orange tachyon, really old boost, but actually looks really good with it. And basically what I was going for was this sort of an electric-y design. Now, this does sound sort of electric-y. Now, I went for the lightning boost to start with, but it just doesn't look right. But then I think orange tachyon looks nice. Now, if you don't want to waste 2 keys on orange tachyon, you can just choose ion, like yellow or something. But obviously, that's personal preference, and it's different for each person. So let's jump over to the blue team and see what the car looks like on blue team. So guys, here we are on the blue team. Now it's pretty much the same thing, just a different color. As you can see, here it is. It's basically a green alternative to it, and it's pretty nice. Now it's a little more expensive because forest green wheels cost a little bit more, and so do the boost. But for this blue team build, you're going to need forest green nipple wheels for 2 keys, kilowatt for 0.5 keys, and forest green tachyon for 2 keys, totaling in at 4.5 keys. Pretty cheap again, like 5 keys at maximum, just for this car, which is really nice. So as you can see, once again, we've done the effect where this one's a little better. You can't actually see any part of the kilowatt, which is nice because it goes with the nipple wheels and it's really simplistic and it looks really nice. Then jumping over, if we have a look at the boost now, forest green tachyon boost does look really nice with this. Now, for you guys who want to know how to do these paints, basically all you have to do is in your primary color select one of the colors here. Now, some of them don't work as well, but if you select this top left green one and then in accent, just go down to this one. Now look, if you look, you can mess around and see which ones actually blend, and if you slowly go down the green section, you can see the midpoint is really about here. So then you click it and boom, it hides it. Now you can by all means go for this or this, whatever you want, but honestly I think it looks better if you hide it because it's a lot simpler and it looks really nice. So the secret kilowatt, I'd like to call it, with all of those wheels are really nice, and the nipple wheels are new, so it's something fancy, spice things up a bit and make you look slightly richer as well. So hopefully guys, that's a good one. But anyway, let's jump over to the next car. So here we are with the second car. Now this car is actually a really good design, and it was actually a comment from the last video. Now this comment came from Diamond Wood, and as you can see, he showed a design and told me a design. I checked it out, and you know what, I thought this is actually worthy enough to go in this video. So this is a really good design. Props to Diamond Wood for actually coming up with this and making this design, and it's really nice, and I got to put it in the video, and hopefully he's happy that he got a little shout from that and his design really did make it to the video. But anyway, let's have a look and break down what the Diamond Wood showed us right now. First impressions, that is insane, let's be honest. Like, as you can see, even with just by looking, you can see that it's cheap. You know that it's going to be cheap just by what you're looking at, but as we can see, let's quickly have a look at the boost that's used. look at that, a free boost, and then I'll jump into all the prices in a minute. Candy cane, which goes really well. This car looks really nice. Honestly, I think it's a really good idea what this Diamond Wood, you really have got a really good idea. But basically, breaking down this build, we have MG88, which is practically free, but for the video's sake, we're going to say 0.5 keys. Regular peppermint wheels for a key. You can get them slightly cheaper, but a key is pretty much like guaranteed you're going to get them. Iron Red boost, which is free. Candy cane trail for 0.5 keys, and that's totaling in at 2 keys overall for this insane build. It's really nice. Honestly, I think this is one of the best, cheapest cars that you can make in Rocket League. Obviously, there might be some cool ones out there, but these ones really do. I think that it's pretty much number 2 or number 3 on the overall in the world list. It must be, because it's really nice. The MG88 does look really nice with the peppermints, because it's just got that, like, the red and white theme is so good. But then this one also does have a blue team variant, so jumping over to the blue team, we'll be able to see what it looks like, and it looks just as good, but honestly I think the red one is slightly better. So guys, here we are again with the blue team this time. Now this one does look quite good. Honestly, I think the red one is slightly better, but this one is slightly on the cheaper end. I mean, the other one was only 2 keys maximum, pretty much a key, to be honest. You can get really cheap deals with the other car, but let's reveal what the blue team looks like and then break down the price. As you can see, this is again using the MG88. Looks pretty nice. The MG88 is just an astonishing decal, saying it's only a very rare. And then we've got the Saptorishi wheels, which I do really like, because the back wheel I think looks like lovely, because it's so bright and colourful, and it's just regular, it's not painted. But then the front wheel, obviously there's a little bit of contrast there, because obviously it's grey, and that's how the Saptorishis work. But I think they're really nice. They have a really nice minty look. And then jumping over to the boost, obviously pretty nice, free boost once again. And it follows the green theme. Obviously you can go for like the flamethrower there, which looks really nice as well, but I mean, you don't have to use these things exactly. You can mix them up and mess around with them a little bit. It's all up to you. You can take some inspiration from this and other ideas, implement them together. And then for the boost, for the trail, we have Lightspeed, which again matches the minty look of this car. Now breaking down the prices and the items, once again we have, so this is the blue team. Obviously you could try this with sky blue Saptorishis and change the color to blue, but honestly I just think normal Saptorishis are a better deal. So once again we have the MG88 for 0.5 keys, regular Saptorishis for 0.5 keys, grass rocket boost, which is absolutely free. You can do whatever you like with that, and then the lightning trail, the Lightspeed trail for 0.5 keys. That totals at 1.5 keys for this entire car, which is really nice. Now some of these you can actually get a lot cheaper, but I just wanted to put the highest prices that they go for, in order for you guys to know your budget and make sure you can definitely get these items. So honestly, this Diamond Wood, once again thank you for commenting this, because it's a really nice design. Now I think the red one is slightly better, but again this minty look is really nice, to be honest, and it uses the regular wheels for both, which is pretty good, not having to use painted wheels, but still makes you look pretty rich and look pretty nice, to be honest. But anyway, let's jump into the last one. Now this one is one of my favorites. It's got a couple of variants that you can add to this. Now it will get more and more expensive as we talk about it more, because honestly you can make this thing look insane. It's absolutely incredible. But let's jump over to the next car. So guys, here we are with the last car. Now this one is only a red variant. Now you can make a blue variant, really just do that in your own time. Honestly, it's really easy, but this style and this decal that you're about to see is basically something that is really, it should be worth a lot more. And it came in the new crate. You already know what it is because you can kind of see it now, but it's basically, it's the ripped comic decal for the Octane. Now it looks really nice. Now it implements the funny book style with all the dots, but it's also got stripes on it. It's really nice, honestly. But this car, as you can see, is more of a comic themed, cartoony themed vehicle, and it looks really good. It stands out. It pops in a bunch, almost as white Zombas do. You know, white Zombas. Think of white Zombas. You can notice them from a mile away. This car you can see from the moon. It is so bright and colourful, and it looks really insane. And I think honestly, this should be worth a lot more. As a car, it's really nice. But anyway, let's quickly have a look at it with the boost on. Now, with the trails, you can have whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. But for the boost, what you want to get is any boost, really. But I think, to be honest, maybe Ion Yellow or Ion Red looks quite nice. But Flamethrower Yellow does look really good, or Flamethrower Red. Personally, I'd probably go for Flamethrower Yellow. Now, it doesn't really matter. You can use any of the free boosts. But let's break this down and then talk about some alternatives that can make this car absolutely insane. So, right off the bat, we have Octane Ripped Comic, 1 key. Now, you can actually get this for slightly cheaper, but for the video's sake, we're going to say 1 key. Saffron Gaiden Wheels, 1 key at maximum. You can get them for a few crates, to be honest, but 1 key for the Saffron Gaidens. And then any boost you want, absolutely free. Makes this car look really nice. And that totals at 2 keys for this thing. Now, 2 keys is literally nothing for these. Gaiden Wheels are surprisingly cheap, even though they look insane. I don't know why they're so cheap, but they do look insane. Now, we're going to talk about 3 alternatives that will make this car absolutely insane and still keep it pretty on the cheap side. So, the alternative is Crimson Gaiden Wheels. That's right, Crimson Gaiden Wheels aren't as expensive as you guys think, but as you can see, I think the Crimson Gaidens do look nice with this. Now, the Saffron Gaidens also look really nice, so to be honest, this isn't a huge change, but it's going to up the price a bit and make you look slightly richer. So, Crimson Gaidens are, I don't know, the Saffrons do look quite cool, but the Crimson Gaidens do look more expensive, and that's kind of what you're going for here. So, the Crimson Gaiden Wheels are 2.5 keys, which would total the price of this car now at 3.5 keys, which is pretty cool, but I mean, we can do more. So, let's talk about something else that you can have. You can actually get something, you could buy an item which costs 7 keys, which will change the price quite a lot, but changes the aesthetic of this car significantly. Now, this item is Saffron Octane. Don't tell me this doesn't improve the look of this car by 3 million times. Honestly, the car looks like 1 billion times better with a Saffron Octane. Now, the thing is with Octanes is they change in price quite a lot. Like, recently, they lowered quite a bit, and then they went back up again. So, Octanes are quite expensive, but honestly, this stands out so much more, and it really does make the comic aesthetic pop out a lot more. And so therefore, the total of this new car with Saffron Octane, which is 7 keys, the total is now 10.5 keys, which is still quite cheap when you think about it, because for literally some painted Zombas are 10 keys on their own. So then you don't think I can go any further? Oh, you're wrong, because trust me, we can go further. So let's look at the next thing that's gonna make this absolutely, it's just gonna finish the entire thing off. And if you have a few more keys to spare, then definitely do this, and you will have one of the coolest looking cars in Rocket League. Like, no doubt about it. So now you're thinking that nothing's changed. What is this item that makes it so much better? Well, it's actually a boost. Now, obviously, you could use free boosts. However, we're going for a comic look. So, if we actually jump over to the boost and get Toon Sketch. Now, this Toon Sketch isn't just the regular black and white. This is the Saffron Toon Sketch. Now, if you're driving around with this, you can't miss the Toon Sketch. If you're going against someone who has Saffron Toon Sketch, you will not miss it. The entire meaning of this car is to stand out, so you could see it from, like, anywhere in the universe. You would be able to see this car. So hopefully, guys, this really would change your mind if you thought a minute ago this car wasn't very nice, because now, trust me, this car follows a theme so well that it looks like it should be 100 keys. You've got the saffron and red all the way throughout the entire car. There's not even a single part on this car that isn't saffron and red. Obviously, the body of the car is slightly, there's grey bits on, but that, you don't notice that. Also with this car is it's got the same theme. It's comic. It pops out. It stands out. Even the Gaiden wheels stand out because they're entirely filled in. They don't miss a bit. Look, even the inside of the wheel is filled in. And then you got the Toon Sketch, which stands out even more. Makes this car look 1,000 times better. So anyway, guys, that is it. That is cheap cars that make you look rich in Rocket League. Now, this last one, after adding Saffron Toon Sketch, is 3 keys. Is 3 keys for Saffron Toon Sketch, which totals the entire car at 13.5 keys, which is still pretty cheap. So guys, 13.5 keys for a car like this is pretty good, but hopefully you guys could take something from this video. Maybe you want to make this super cheap cars that like make you look rich. Maybe you want to just take some of the wheels, maybe think, oh actually Saptorishi wheels look quite cool with the MG88, I'm going to take that. Whatever you guys want to do with this. Also guys, leave suggestions of cheap cars, the ideas that you have in the comments, and maybe, just maybe, I'll have to make another one of these to use some of your ideas. But anyway guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. It was slightly long because I had to go through all the transitions and all the alternatives to this car. But anyway guys, hopefully you did enjoy. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.